Hello again. So once again, happy Firmament or Heaven Day, also known as what people usually call Monday, which I would put in quotation marks as Moon Day. And I no longer call it Moon Day because God did not create the moon or the sun or the stars until day 4 of creation. He created the firmament and he called it heaven. So that's why I call this firmament or heaven day. And of course, I consider the first day of the week to be yesterday, which was light day, which most people would call Sunday, but I refuse to call it that anymore because again, God did not create the sun until day 4 of creation. So once again, happy firmament or heaven day. And I was just looking at the moon, and I encourage you to do that. If you're seeing this video right now at about 3:11 a.m. Check it out. And even if not now, it'll be visible for most of, well, it'll be visible, I think maybe even up till noon of tomorrow. And check it out and just see wherever it's at. Because as I've said many times, and I keep saying it for a reason, the light of the moon rotates clockwise, but the position of it right now, the lit side of the moon is angling down so much that there's no way the sun could be lighting the moon, even just by virtue of the fact that the earth would be getting in the way. Again, we've given these spherical theorists way too much of a blank check, and we haven't appreciated the significance of what they've told us to believe. And I mean told us to believe. And if you don't believe that, try believing that the earth is flat and see what people say to you. They resent it. Okay, they get upset, they get angry, and what does that tell you? It tells me it's like a dog going after a bone, and then he runs into resistance. He runs into things getting in the way of getting at the bone. He wants that bone all the more. And I will never stop telling people that the earth is flat, even just because of the ignorant response I have gotten from sun worshippers and even bigotry. They have this silly nickname which is spelled flat, T-A-R-D. It's bigotry. It's participating in a worldwide holocaust against people with Down syndrome. And I have no time for it. And the more they employ bigotry like that, the more I will continue the onslaught against the giant and hit him right between the eyes with the truth that the earth is flat so that we can stop sacrificing our sons and daughters. And by the way, son and daughter sacrifice, also known as SADS or SADS, also known as abortion, also known as a woman's silly right to choose. See, I called it silly. I'm not calling it that other S word because I want to be as kind and polite and understanding and gracious as I can be. So yeah, a woman's silly right to choose. And I mean in particular choosing to have her son or daughter sacrificed right out from inside of her, which is a silly choice if I ever heard of one. It's going to be abolished. And by the way, I commend the CCBR, Canadian Centre for Bioethical Reform. Their goal is for, they would call abortion, I call it SADS, son and daughter sacrifice. Their goal is for that to be unthinkable in Canada by 2030. So I said that to a pastor named Wilner. He said, that's not soon enough. He's absolutely right. So that's why I have decided it's going to be unthinkable in Canada by December 31st, 2024. Let me stand up and declare it again, because I mean it. I really mean it. SADS, son and daughter sacrifice, also known as abortion, also known as a woman's silly right to choose, unthinkable in Canada by December 31st, 2024. Now, some of you, I know, will be tempted to think, are you out of your mind? What in the world are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about TEIF. In other words, the earth is flat. And make no mistake about it. And we will use this secret weapon right between the eyes of the pro-death giant to bring him down. And I say that in Yahweh's name and in his son Yeshua's name.